Pathways to Wholeness podcast. I'm Michael Warmoth, and I thank you for joining us for this next episode of meditative teaching. Please note that these meditations were recorded in a tropical environment with the windows and doors open, so you will hear birds and other sounds in the background. Try not to let them distract you from the words. Okay, let's just settle in, relax, maybe take a few breaths and just listen to the music before the teaching starts. We know that to be at peace, we have to be at peace with this moment. We have to be at peace with what is. But when our attention is distracted by events, situations, and circumstances, we are not at peace with what is. We are in fear of the future, or anxious about the present, or angry about the past. We're not at peace with what is, but is real and true in this moment. To be at peace this moment, we must change the focus of our attention. We must pay attention what we are doing with our awareness. What are we listening to? What are we interested in? What is grabbing our attention? When we are in a dissociated state, our mind is active. Thoughts are coming at us constantly, wanting us to explore what might happen in the future or what happened in the past, wanting us to worry and get anxious. We must slow down that mental noise. Let's make a conscious effort bring a sense of equilibrium to our state of being. That is, to relax. We have the capacity to choose what we pay attention to. If you are asked to notice anything, you can direct your attention to that. If you are asked what it feels like right now to be here in this moment, can you turn your attention to how it feels to be here right now? What is your feeling state right now? Is it tense? Is it angry? Is it peace? Is it love? What is your state right now? And when you begin to become conscious of what your state is, what happens in your mind? The judgments come up, or criticism, or a sense of failure, or do you feel glad to be at rest and relaxed and peaceful? None of those states is right or wrong. They are just what is in this moment. What causes our suffering, struggle, is that we judge our state. We find fault. We want something else. We think it should be different. It is all about acceptance. For what we are discussing is the noise of the ego, always wanting to control, to be in charge, to know what's right. And there's no chance of peace when that is what we are paying attention to. If we can decide right now to be at peace with what is, no matter how uncomfortable it seems in this moment, if we will agree to accept and allow whatever is to be, we will see that things change. That the phenomena of discomfort and distress are all temporary. Exacerbated by the thoughts that the ego responds with. But if we let things be, just allow them to be, they will almost certainly pass. Sometimes it seems they won't, and it seems they are persistent and will last forever. But that is never true. In fact, everything passes. And the more we let go of control, we surrender and accept what is, the quicker it passes. This is our practice to change our state by focusing our awareness on the present, by cultivating that attitude of acceptance and allowing, which often requires us to be compassionate and forgiving with ourselves, be gentle, understanding, to accept that despite anything we might be experiencing in this moment, there is still an underlying perfection in divinity that is always true. Divinity being the ability to experience our union, our unity with all. That is intrinsic to our nature. That is the gift of the human to consciously know and experience the consciousness that is the source and creator of all, that remains true of all of us, despite what we have allowed our minds to tell us, and despite the distractions, and despite the distress and the disturbance. That underlying perfection and divinity remains untouched, uncorrupted, pure and absolute. And it is our faith and trust in that truth that will allow us to surrender to it. We will agree to trust in that truth. We will be free. And so, in this moment, let us devote ourselves, our attention, our awareness to the experience being here right now. To open and allow the presence and power of the Spirit within us to be revealed in our awareness, to enter our experience. There is nothing that we need to know or do when we give up that identity that needs to do and needs to know. When we give all that up, we will know everything that needs to be done or known. We will be guided. We are not accustomed to letting go of that identity. It's not an easy task, but the Spirit within us is right here, right now, ready and able to do whatever is necessary to guide us back to the truth. If we will say yes, if we will allow it, if we will choose it. This is the moment where we decide to say yes and allow the truth of who and what we are to be revealed in our consciousness. Thank you for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you'd like more information on these meditations and teachings, visit pathwaystosurrender.com. You might be interested in our other podcast, Pathways to Surrender. These are guided meditations designed to support you in letting go of whatever tensions or false ideas you might be holding about how things really are, and reaching a state of peace and surrender. That's Pathways to Surrender. Look for the next episode soon. We're uploading them every couple of days. See you next time.